Welcome to the Holistic Life Podcast, where the wisdom of the Word of God lights our path to mind, body, soul, and spirit wellness. Each episode, we delve into living a life that's not just healthy, but wholly aligned with the spiritual principles, exploring the intersection of faith and well-being. Join us as we uncover divine guidance for wellness, meditation, and harmony in life, taking this journey on living fully in His grace. Your transformation, grounded in faith and understanding, starts now. Hey, good day, good day, good day. I want to welcome you to the Holistic Life Podcast. I am your host, Shelby Frederick, also known as Lady Jules, and we are broadcasting live from the Columbus, Ohio region. Listen, I want you, if you don't already have pen, paper, so that you can take some notes, I want you to go ahead and to grab those because we are going to be delving into this topic on today of breakthrough to blueprint and how to make healing stick. How to make healing stick. What does that look like for us? Breakthrough, when we talk about breakthrough is not the finish line. It's not the finish line. It's the invitation. And most women never build what they saw in the vision. And it's not because they're lazy, but it's because they had no blueprint for the after. So we focus on getting there, but what about after? What about maintaining? So there's no rhythm, there's no system, there's no strategy. And they got the breakthrough, but they did not know how to carry it. And what God gave them started to now feel heavy. And that's where you are. If that's where you are, then this is definitely the episode for you. So let's go ahead and just get right on into it. When we think about this process and this journey that we have been on, this week in the D.D.B framework is where what comes after deliverance, after the journal moments, after the altar call, because power without structure, it turns to pressure. So if you've been wondering why your momentum keeps breaking down, why your healing doesn't seem to stick, why you feel like you're just cycling through the same breakthroughs every few months, it's because this is your rhythm reset. You have to reset your rhythm. And we're going to really unpack today what integration really means. And we'll walk you through how to rebuild trust with yourself, how to stop outsourcing your discernment, and how to use AI to support the promises you've made to your future self. So it's time for us to build. If you're ready to build what God gave you without burnout, let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, when we talk about this hidden cost of unintegrated breakthrough, we want to start right here. This is where we want to start. And when you think about it, when you think about this breakthrough in of not having structure and how it becomes pressure, almost like a pressure cooker. Think about the last time you had a spiritual aha moment. Just think about it. When is the last time you had a spiritual aha moment where it was like, I think I finally got it. Maybe it was a revelation in prayer. Maybe it was a moment of clarity in worship, or this huge realization in therapy or coaching. It was that moment where you felt new, you felt seen, you felt strong, but then life, it didn't slow down to match your revelation. The bill still came, the trigger still triggered, and the confidence you had in that moment, it started to leak. Why is that? It's because women don't have systems that carry their healing. You got the revelation, but not the infrastructure. And this is where so many women of faith get stuck. We believe for change. Oh, yes, we do. We believe for change. We believe, that this whole the process of not having the systems, but we don't build for it. We don't build for it. And so what happens is the breakthrough now begins to fade. It begins to fade. And when the breakthrough begins to fade, this is where so many faith filled women get stuck. And I say that because it's not a lack of faith. It's not a lack of faith. This is where the enemy starts whispering, see, nothing really changed. But I'm here to tell you that that's not true. That is not true. It's far from the truth. The breakthrough was real. You just didn't know what to do after. So let's get into the D.D.B breakdown. D.D.B, this is a framework that the Lord has given me. Discern, dismantle, and build. Integrate, and then activate. So we're going to apply this framework so you can identify where your breakthrough is leaking. You want to identify where your breakthrough is leaking. Now, when we look at the first D, which is to discern, you have to first stop spiritualizing inconsistency. So I'm going to be very direct here. Everything inconsistent in your life is not warfare. Let me say it again. Everything inconsistent in your life is not warfare. It's not warfare. Sometimes it's just missing a system. Sometimes it's overextending because you're trying to live like the old you with the new revelation. And we already know what the Bible talks about. You can't pour new wine into an old wineskin. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. And so I'm going to break this very, very simple to us today. Here's what I mean when I say that. You're doing 12 things that God never asked you to do. Been there. You're saying yes to everyone else's urgency. Been there. You're running on the adrenaline instead of assignment. Been there. So what exactly does that mean then? That means I want you to ask yourself, where am I confusing activity with alignment? Disruption is holy. I'm here to tell you. And sometimes the most spiritual thing that you can do is to shut something down. Just shut it down. Just shut it down. Been there. Had to put the ministry on pause, put the ministry on sabbatical so that we could all, not just me, but it started with me as the leader. It started with me as the head. We had to see what exactly the Lord was saying. What exactly is he requiring? What exactly? How do I move forward in this newness? My gosh. So don't be afraid to shut down because that which is to remain will remain. And that which is to go will go. But it doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's a new season. And sometimes we have to make the necessary adjustments or readjustments to readjust and to realign ourselves with the assignment that God has given. Now, our second D is dismantle. Dismantle. This is where we break the lie that breakthrough equals done. Breakthrough equals done. That's a lie. Breakthrough is not a full stop. Breakthrough is an entry point. So let's dismantle this idea that a deliverance moment or a mindset shift is the end of your process. No, 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 no. It's the beginning of a new rhythm. But we get stuck when we think, well, I should be over this by now. We get stuck there. We get stuck with, well, I already healed from that, or God already dealt with me about that. Mhm. Healing is layered, and obedience is cyclical. So dismantling means giving yourself permission to revisit, re-clarify, and restructure. You don't fail when you repeat the lesson. You fail when you don't make the lesson livable. So I want you to ask yourself, what part of my healing needs a home and not just a memory? Woo! Our healing needs a home. It does not just need a memory. My God. My God. All right, let's get into our next part of our framework, and that is build. In build, you want to create repeatable rhythms that hold your growth. Repeatable rhythms that hold your growth. And this is where we often miss it. We experience the transformation, but we don't translate it into habits. We shift mindsets, but we don't shift methods. We receive the new identity, but we keep old infrastructures. So healing has to become a lifestyle. A lifestyle. That means building. Building what? Shelby, what are you talking about? I'm talking about building morning routines that support your mental clarity, building weekly rhythms that give you rest on purpose. What about the boundaries that don't need daily debate? What about this? Templates, reminders, and support that match your actual energy. So here's your reminder: peace is a system, not a feeling. And your life should reflect what you now believe. If it doesn't, you're not flawed. Your system just doesn't fit the new version of you. So I want you to ask yourself, what rhythms would support the healed version of me? What rhythms would support the healed version of me? My goodness, I don't know about you, but this thing has been blessing me, and it's been blessing me because this is a part of the process. This is a part, of the season that I was in, and it was needful, and it was necessary for me to grow. I don't say go through it. No, we want to grow through those seasons. We want to grow through those shifts and translation and transitions, right? So I want to talk about, um, let's see, do I really want to shift into that? Yes, I do want to shift in that. I want to shift into this. I want to talk about rebuilding self trust. Um, rebuilding self trust. Because if we go deeper, the real block isn't strategy, the real block is self trust. Again, you're not flaky, you're not fractured. But when self trust is broken, you stop following through. And it's not because you don't want to, but it's because you don't believe you anymore. You doubt the nudges, you override all the no's, you sabotage your yes. And here's the truth: the truth of that, discipline doesn't work when your trust is dead. But you know what does work? Small promises that are kept. The micro trust is restored. The systems that catch you when your emotions can't. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So I want to shift into this AI insight. I am so very big on now doing this integration of automation and using AI in order to really help us, and especially to those who are builders, who are pioneers. You are ministry leaders. You are nonprofit organization leaders. Whatever your title may be, your entrepreneurs, your creatives. Listen, automation isn't the enemy; it's your ally. And here's where technology becomes a form of self care. Most of you are trying to manage a healing journey with hustle based systems. Shelby, what are you talking about? I'm glad you asked. Manually posting to social media, repeating tasks weekly, forgetting follow up emails, losing clarity in your notes, overloading your brain to remember everything. I'm not telling you what I don't know. I'm telling you what I've actually done. And I'm walking with you. I'm sharing with you the process of what I needed to do in order to come out of that. Because you know what I come to realize? That was not sustainable. It wasn't sustainable. And so I had to circle back around to Scrabble Tech Services. And the Lord said, I want you to teach women how to build systems that automate obedience. So again, it's not because we're lazy. It has nothing to do with being lazy. It's because we're limited. And guess what? That's okay. So let's break this down by season. Let's break it down. So in the disrupt season or in the discern season, you're exhausted, you're emotionally overloaded, your nervous system is not available for 20 new to do things. So what do? We build calm into your calendar. What does that look like? Auto responders for email, scheduled content that speaks while you rest, pre built templates so you don't have to start from scratch every single time, reminders to rest and hydrate. Yes, even those matter. Your systems should protect your peace, not require it. Let's go on to the next season. So, in the dismantle season, you need space. You're listening again. You're questioning what's real and what was just noise. Let me show you how AI can become your journal assistant. You can have AI transcribe your voice notes, track your recurring thoughts or themes, organize your quiet revelations into visual boards, reduce clutter in your digital space. Listen, you can't rebuild if your inner world is still chaotic. So we use tech to honor the quiet. Hmm. Now let's get on over to the build phase. In the build season, you're ready. You're ready. You've seen what works. And now you want structure that actually scales. Now, this is where AI becomes your co laborer. What does that look like? I'm talking about your CRM automation for your client check ins, your launch systems that don't rely on last minute effort, your weekly planning dashboards, your reusable content frameworks. I'm big on frameworks. I'm big on repurposing. I'm big on ensuring that you're not just building for Instagram or just Facebook or just TikTok, that you're building legacy. You're building legacy. Now, I want you to remember this. When we talk about integration, integration means that you're no longer chasing the healing moments. You're living inside what God already gave you. So stop blaming yourself for not sticking to it. But I do want you to start asking yourself, did I give My breakthrough a system? Because it's going to need a system in order for it to be sustained, right? Now, I want to leave you with some takeaways on today. This was so good and so meaty. 5 practical steps. Step number 1 is to don't confuse breakthrough with completion. You want to build to protect it. Number 2, audit where you keep falling off. And then ask yourself, is this a trust issue or is it a system gap? Number 3, start making and keeping one small promise this week. One small promise this week. Number 4, use one, just one AI tool to automate a daily rhythm that drains you. Is it emails, scheduling appointments, returning calls? What is it? And number 5, say it out loud. I'm not falling off. I'm rebuilding structure. Come on, say that with me. I'm not falling off. I'm rebuilding structure. As I get ready just to share this last closing thought with you, this isn't about productivity. It's actually about preservation. We don't just heal, we systematize healing. And that's the rhythm of the D.D.B framework. We disrupt what no longer aligned, we dismantle what doesn't serve your growth, and we build what protects your shift. Inside of our Rebuild and Hub, our Rebuild and Rise Hub, this is our free community. We give you space to walk this out with others. Inside of our Scribble Tech services, we have our new AI. We have our AI Academy where we're doing our classes. And every Thursday, we have Tech Thursdays where we are doing free training. We are taking you and walking you through our one seed framework. We're giving you the automation and the infrastructure to make it sustainable. So, listen, you've done the soul work. Now let's build the system that keeps it. So, in my closing, if you are ready to integrate your breakthrough, go ahead and register for our October the 21st masterclass. This is going to be Tuesday night. It's a free masterclass, Why Breakthroughs Don't Stick, the missing structure behind your stuck season. It's free, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is going to be this coming Tuesday. You can register at that QR code that is right there, right above me, or you can go ahead and you can visit shelbyfrederick.com, click on events, and it will take you there to save your seat. I know that this is not just for those of you that are listening, that if you have a friend, if you have a community or a group of women and you feel like that this would be a blessing to them, I know that it would be a blessing to them. Go ahead and share this podcast with them. Go ahead and share the link with them. Invite them into this place and space. You don't have to do this healing work and this structure, putting together this infrastructure and integration alone. You don't have to do it alone. Let's do it in community. Let's do it in sisterhood. So, October the 21st, our masterclass, Why Breakthroughs Don't Stick. You can join the Rebuild and Rise Hub. You can get the information for our Scribble Tech AI Academy to build systems that protect your peace. And you can download the free PDF, 5 Signs Your Breakthrough Isn't Built to Last. If you go to holisticlifepodcast.com, that's where you will see the link for the download for that. Listen, you don't need more healing moments. You need systems that hold the healing that you've already experienced. That's what you need. That's what you need. So let's build a blueprint that matches your breakthrough. I'm your host, Shelby Frederick, also known as Lady Jules. Thank you so much for tuning in with us on today. Listen, I'd love to hear your comments and your feedback. Go ahead and subscribe. Let us know how this blessed you. Let us know your takeaways. I look forward to being back with you on next Friday, same time, same place. Blessings.
Thank you for joining us on the Holistic Life Podcast, where our foundation is the Word of God and our path is wellness in His light. We hope today's episode enriches your journey to a life of health and spiritual fulfillment. Remember, each step toward holistic living is a step closer to embodying His teachings. For continued inspiration, follow our journey. Until next time, embrace your faith, nurture your entire being, and watch your life bloom in His glory. We'll catch you on the airways. Be blessed.